Okay, welcome back to my channel. And I just wanted to let you know I've got a very, very big list of musicians to go through. So please bear with me, and I hope you enjoy the content that I have researched and found. So, starting off our musicians for today, birthday wise, is LaVerne Andrews of the Andrews Sisters. She was born today back in 1911, and she was an American pop and swing jazz singer with the Andrews Sisters. And the song that made them famous was the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B. They also had a song called Rum and Coca-Cola, which, if you want to check that out, that's your prerogative. All right. And unfortunately, she passed away in 1967. So then we have musician Louie Bellson. He was born on, he was born today back in 1924, and he passed away in 2009. He was an American jazz drummer and orchestra leader on the Pearl Bailey Show. Those of you who do not know Pearl Bailey, who she was, you might want to Google her and or check to see if there's anything out there on YouTube regarding Miss Pearl Bailey, because I adored her when I was little. Musician Bill Haley has a birthday today. He was born back in 1925, and he passed away in February on the 9th of 1981. He was an American rock vocalist known as the father of rock and roll, and the song that made him famous was Rock Around the Clock. Musician Danny White celebrated a birthday today. He was born back in 1931. Unfortunately, he died in 1996. He was an American singer and band leader, and one of the songs that he was a part of was a song called Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye. And you got to really listen to the lyrics because it's pretty cool. Musician Gene Chandler was born back in 1937 on this day. He's an American rocker with the 1962 U.S. #1 hit Duke of Earl and the 1979 UK number 11 single Get Down. Musician Jet Harris has a birthday today. He was born back in 1939 and passed away in 2011. He was an English rock bassist with The Shadows until April of 1962. In 1963, he had a single, a UK chart single, Diamonds. Country music singer Jeannie Seeley was born today, back in 1940, and one of the songs that she sang was Don't Touch Me. Musician Byron Berline. He was born in 1944 on this day, and he died, unfortunately, in July on the 10th of 2021. So we're approaching the 1-year anniversary of his passing. He was an American world champion bluegrass fiddle player. And if you want to check out a sample of what he's done in his career, check out the video for Hamilton County Breakdown on YouTube. It's pretty awesome. Musician Rick Elswit was born in 1945 on this day, and he's an American rocker with Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. And his a couple of the songs that they're famous for is the cover of Rolling Stone and When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman. And I love that song. It's still today a classic. Musician Michael Shrieve was born in 1949 on this day. He's an American drummer, percussionist, and composer with Santana. and he played on all the albums from 1969 to 1974, and he was one of the youngest musicians to perform at Woodstock in 1969. Musician Phyllis Hyman was born in 1950 on this day, and she is an American jazz singer. And there's two songs that I listened to on YouTube from her, and that was "You Know How to Love Me" and "The Answer Is You." So check those out. She's very good. Musician Jesse Harms was born in 1952 on this day. He's an American musician and songwriter with the Wabaritas, and they teamed up with Sammy Hagar. And check out the song "Things Have Changed" on YouTube. You'll get it. I mean, it's a very, very interesting change for Mr. Hagar. So check that out. And then musician Robert Heaton was born in 1961 on this day, and unfortunately passed away in November on the 4th of 2004. And he was a member of the English rock band as their drummer of New Model Army. And I suggest you check out their song on YouTube, Vagabonds. It's a pretty amazing song. Then we go to musician Tim Bricheno, sorry. And he was born back in 1963 on this day. And he was a guitarist with All About Eve, who had the 1988 UK number 10 single, Martha's Harbor. And English Gothic rock band. He was a member of the English Gothic rock band, the Sisters of Mercy. And they had a 1992 UK number 3 single, Temple of Love, which I really liked that too. I was pleasantly surprised at the music behind that. Musician Eddie Campbell was born in 1965 on this day. She is a Scottish pop. She's a member of the Scottish pop band Texas, who had the 1997 UK number 3 single, Say What You Want. And I want to put a little comment on here. I think that in some ways that song slightly resembles, or at least takes some of the words from Martika's song "Love Thy Will Be Done." So maybe they sampled, or she sampled, not sure. But I was very I picked it up real quick. Then we have musician Dee Woods. She was born in 1985 on this day, and she's a singer with the American girl group Danity Kane, who was on the season 3 version of Making the Band on MTV. And one of their songs that I really liked when I checked it out on YouTube was the song Damage. And that is, again, Danity Kane as the band name. So check that out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you haven't heard them, you definitely want to give them a shot. Musician Nancy Griffith was born in 1953 on this day. And unfortunately, she passed away in August on the 13th of 2021. She's an American singer and songwriter. She sang the song From a Distance, and I believe she also, that's the same song that Bette Midler sang. And then she also sang and or wrote the songs Once in a Very Blue Moon and Love at the Five and Dime, which I think, I want to say Kathy Mattea redid, or she wrote it and then Kathy Mattea sang it. So again, check that out. Then we have musician John Jorgenson. He was born in 1956 on this day. He's an American singer with the Desert Rose Band, and they have an album, Love Reunited. However, I know that there were some songs back in the 80s that I really enjoyed from the Desert Rose Band, so feel free to give them a check out. Also, musician John Keeble, born in 1959 on this day. He's an English rock drummer with Spandau Ballet. And some of the songs that they are very, very famous for is the song True, the song Gold, and the song Through the Barricades. However, I have yet to listen to Through the Barricades. So that is some homework for me now that I'm done, or now that I've announced it on here. Musician Heather Nova celebrates a birthday today. She was born back in 1967 on this day. She's a Bermudian singer and songwriter, and she has an album called Oyster with the song Island on it. I have to give you a fair warning. The beginning of the song Island is very odd. It's kind of almost pretty loud, and once that's over, then the song is pretty good. Then we have musician Michael Grant. He was born in 1969 on this day. He's a British reggae rock keyboardist and singer with Musical Youth and the song Pass the Doochie. I got to tell you, I didn't know the meaning of that, and now I do. You might want to check out what that actually means. If you go to This Day in Music and look up Michael Grant, you will find out that there's a double meaning to that. I mean, there's a meaning behind that, and it was a collab. It was basically a cover of both two songs, and it has to do with the MJ, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then we go back to another musician, Inspectah. He was born in 1970, and he's an American rapper and producer. And I'm not sure if he was a member of these bands or if he was the producer of these bands, but there was a band called the Wu-Tang Clan and Czarface. I did not get a chance to look up Czarface. I probably will do that as homework as well. Musician Kate Nash was born in 1987 on this day. She's an English singer, songwriter, and actress, and she had a 2007 UK #2 single, Foundations. And I actually was pleasantly surprised when I listened to that. That was pretty cool. And then we have musician David Smith. He was born back in 1952 on this day. He's from the British soul group The Real Thing, who had the 1976 UK #1 single, You to Me Are Everything. And lastly, and not leastly, I got to tell you, this I really, really enjoyed looking this band up. But anyway, musician Graham Oliver was born back in 1952 on this day, and he was a member of the heavy metal band Saxon, Saxon, and they've had 8 UK top 40 albums in the 1980s, and you've got to take a listen to the song Wheels of Steel, because I got to tell you, I really enjoyed it. I like a lot of the 80s stuff, and this is definitely 80s hard rock, which I really enjoyed. So that's your musicians for today. It's quite a bit of a lot of information this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any additions or subtractions for me, feel free to put those in the comments below. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please feel free to do so. I'm finally getting to the point where we're almost up to 100 subscribers. We have basically 14 to go, and I'd really like to see us get to that stepping stone of 100. So feel free to share this with your friends and family and see if they would be interested in subscribing. I also want to say, if you want to see more content from me and you enjoy this type of content, feel free to hit that like button and share it again, share it with others. And then also, if you want to know when I drop new content, feel free to hit that good old notification bell and customize it as you see fit. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting. I hope that you have enjoyed it, all the different things that I've been able to come up with. And stay tuned, because I still have the actors for July 6th to go through. And there's a lot of really good information to be had from that as well. So, again, thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Signing off.